Hey guys, today we are going to be getting into the collective flow for August 6th, 2026. We're going to be seeing what the general energy is, so let's get right into it. This is a collective reading for those who are going to be tapping in. We ask for the highest protection, the highest light, we call on love as well as truth. Okay, so we're starting off with the general energies. We're going to take this as an additional message. So we got a card for the general energy for the collective right now. What's the general energy looking like for the collective? Okay, we have the Page of Wands, and I just wanted to come up with it. So we're having things come out in pairs. So I'm wondering if Libra and Gemini is going to be very significant in regard to this reading, or you are a Libra or Gemini. Then we also have Pisces coming through as well. So what is the energy that the collective is embodying? We have the Five of Wands. And this makes a lot of sense because I'm feeling like fast-paced energy. I'm feeling upbeat energy, but it's upbeat almost in a chaotic way. Like it doesn't feel calm. It doesn't feel paced. You may feel raced. You may have anxiety. You might be feeling agitated or easily irritated. Your nervous system may feel unregulated, but we'll get into that when we get into that. All right, so let's see what the advice is for you. So this is going to be the advice. This is also going to be how the energies are kind of playing out in the future. So this part of the reading is going to be what to expect or what to look forward to part. Let's just make sure we're recording, girl. All right, we are good. Okay, so first message. This is going to be like the core energy or kind of what everything goes back to, and this is also the additional message. So right now we have the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Cups. A lot of you guys could be having, okay, so the energy feels very nostalgic, very dreamy. Makes sense that we got Pisces. A lot of you guys right now could be in a very ungrounded energy. You could be given into vices or in a space where you're like really indulgent. Maybe you're not eating the best, maybe you're drinking, who knows. But this energy just feels like it can manifest in any way. This could be like you zoning out, binge watching TV, having your blackout curtains closed for like 3 days straight and not seeing or connecting with anybody. That's the kind of energy that we have here, and what it's showing me is that you're going deeper into this energy. So this is not something that's just happened. This is not something that's just started. It's an energy that's been with you for a little bit. So yeah, you need to be careful of this. You need to check this because like I'm kind of getting like if this energy is left unchecked, it's going to be an issue, it's going to be a problem, or it's going to create something that is unnecessary or doesn't need to be created is what I'm feeling. Like I'm being shown the accumulation of this energy. Yeah, I'm getting the energy of like spiraling or like snowballing. Like, you know, when they say you let something slip, and then all of a sudden the person starts figure skating. So like this is that kind of energy, and energy needs to be checked here. And if this is in regards to romance or relationships, you could feel like you are falling in love very quickly with somebody, but Spirit is saying, hey, wait a minute, check your delusions, check the fantasies. Like it's not saying that you can't fall in love, it's not saying that you can't experience beautiful energy and romance, and it's summertime, so that kind of like summer love feel, but don't go too far into that energy too quickly. You don't want to slip like into a hole that is going to be emotionally difficult to get out of, or just difficult to get out of in general. So you want to be mindful of any delusions or fantasies, or just seeing something with rose-colored glasses. Yeah, I'm getting this vibe of like someone that's on vacation or like just really indulgent. It feels like you're having a break from your normal life, or there's some period in your day that kind of like represents like where you kind of just go ghost, you go inward, or you just kind of like disconnect. So I'm seeing that kind of energy here. It was one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh, be very mindful of, you could be feeling into a lot of things. Seven of Cups speaks about, it can speak about paranoia, it can speak about emotional illusions or delusions. So really feeling into a storyline, really feeling like something's happening, like you're seeing all these scenes, you have all the details, you're painting this picture off of what you're feeling emotionally, and what you feel is intuition. But a lot of the times, well, specifically with the Seven of Cups, it's this idea that it's inaccurate, right? Like it doesn't have to mean the whole thing is inaccurate, but there is something that's not quite based in reality. So you want to kind of just check any emotional storylines or like anything you could kind of be following intuitively. Again, it's not saying that it's wrong, but it's just saying be mindful that not everything about it is necessarily like truth or reality. All right, so quite a lot there. All right, we have 5 more minutes. All right, so getting into the general energy. So that was very like watery, a lot going on in the emotional space. Definitely feel this energy of like moving quite quickly or quite fast in a certain vein. And again, not necessarily seeing everything clearly. Yeah, so just again, be careful that at this period of time, you might not be seeing everything clearly. So yeah, we have the Page of Wands and the Judgment card. So this is like totally in alignment. With the Page of Wands, it is telling you that by experience and by action, you realize what reality is with the Judgment card. With the Judgment card, we cannot not look at reality. We have to weigh up the facts. We have to step outside and see that the sun is shining and see that that's reality. No matter how much we think that inside, very weird analogy, but like say you're inside in a dark space, in a dark room, so you just believe that the sun isn't shining and the world is just dark. No, it's just that you're in a dark room, you have curtains up, so here's that blackout curtains kind of analogy. So again, I'm getting something from that. Be careful about your perspective. Some of you guys can have a very negative perspective, or I'm getting like daunting perspective, a fear-based perspective, where like your perspective of your vision, your thoughts your outlook on the future is like negative, because you literally have, like, you know how they say rose colored glasses? Well, you literally have black colored glasses, which means you're seeing everything in a way more like negative way than things really are. So again, this is this energy of stepping outside and realizing, oh, wait a minute, the sun is actually shining, like it's daytime. It's not that the world is dark, it's just that I was in a dark room, I was in a dark space, I had a dark perspective. So yeah, this is speaking to me about like learning by experience, seeing reality through experience. It's also this energy of not taking anything too seriously, not taking life too seriously, relaxing. There's this energy where we step away from emotion, but we are stepping into our spirit or soul. So it doesn't mean we're disconnected from our intuition, but we're not seeing things through such a watery or emotional lens. We're seeing things, or we're moving through what, yes, our spirit feels is right or resonates, right? But we're taking the emotion out of it. So I hope that that makes sense, because sometimes people may think that if you take the emotion out of something, you can't hear or feel your intuition. But intuition is somatic. We feel it in the gut. We feel it in our body. We get goosebumps. We know resonance. We don't have to have emotion for that. It's a primal instinct that we just have. So there's something about, whoever this is for, it's going to make sense. But there's something about stepping out of a space of like such deep, watery emotion and stepping into a space, yes, where it's more activity, there's more movement. Like, a lot of you guys could have been stuck in a phase where you are like planning and dreaming and creating and thinking. Like, a lot of you guys may have thought that this was positive, and maybe there was positives to it, but some of you guys could have been like, again, locking yourself in your room, just like working on a project. I feel like I'm speaking to very, very creative people, working on a project, doing some sort of art. I want to say working on a plan, but it doesn't. But obviously you plan for artistic stuff, but it feels less planning and it feels more so in the energy of creating. Maybe you're making music, but there's this creation that's taking place, or at least the energy of it. And it's like remembering that you have to step out of that hibernation and you have to step into the real world. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. This is a different approach to life.